Yeah, sometimes when you get there before you want to. They did a really good job in the fourth and fifth innings against Abbott. I think it was 28 in the fourth and 29 in the fifth. So I got him out, after five instead of maybe going six, because he's been going 6 or 7. Barlow just pitched behind in the count and kind of paid for it. And golly, the kid left fielder, Sheets, not only did he hurt us with a bat, but the play he made in left field to me was probably the biggest play of the game.
How they got the pitch count out, as you mentioned, but it seemed like a grinded day for him. Is it still impressive he only gave up?
He gave up 1. I mean, that's pretty impressive. It's a good lineup. And like I said, he threw a lot of pitches. It was hot, but he doesn't give in and holds his stuff. Just, we got to make sure we keep an eye on him. He's been throwing a lot.
From your experience, how difficult is it to navigate that much traffic through a game like that he did for Abbott?
Yeah, it's challenging, I'm sure. Just, your ability, if you make a mistake, that it's going to really cost us. And we got the line drive to right was hit really well. Reese, once he took that jab step, all he could do was jump. So I don't know if he goes back, if he has a chance or not. But, so there were some things that didn't help.
I was just hoping for a comment on Dave Parker and his passing and your relationship with him.
Oh, boy, yeah. I played with Dave twice here in Milwaukee. And I grew up in Pittsburgh, watching him. So I guess actually Jim told me right, before the ceremony today, and I thought they did a really good job of honoring the players from '75, and then at the end doing what they did for Dave, moment of silence. I thought that was really well handled, really well done. God, I know he was sick, and we all did. I wished he could have been in Cooperstown this summer to get his Hall of Fame plaque. That would. I know how I felt about it. I can't imagine how he would have.
What kind of team was he?
He was a big, lovable. Again, I caught him towards the end of his career. I remember being a young kid watching him make that throw. I think it was in the Kingdome in the All-Star game. And then to get to play with him, that's pretty cool. He was funny, man. You could mess with him, not too much. All right, guys.
Would you label today as kind of you just had to grind as much as you could through those 5?
Yeah, they had some really good ABs. You had some timely hitting on their side. It didn't execute as I wanted to, but we were able to get through it and give the team a chance to win, and that's really all you can do at the end of the day.
When you're having a day like that, what's your go-to? How do you pull it off?
It could be many ways. Today was just getting strike one. I struggled through the first 3 innings of getting strike one, and then the fourth and fifth I got better at it. Me and DJ were kind of cognizant of that in the dugout, and that kind of opened up a little more avenue. And then was just able to make pitches when I needed to, and the defense was in the right spots behind me.
How much of the fourth and fifth innings you threw a lot of pitches at both of them? How much did that kind of take you working against you, I guess?
Yeah, it keeps you from going deep into games, obviously. You want to stay around 15 pitches. I don't know exactly what I was averaging between the two, but it was definitely more than that. It's going to happen, but, you just got to keep your foot down and continue to grind for the team. I knew our bullpen was in a pretty good spot, being rested from Nick Martinez and the off day. So, I felt good about where we left them, and, unfortunately we didn't do it today, but we'll come ready to do it tomorrow. I think it was big. Like I said, they got a really good lineup, a lot of good players on their team, a lot of all-stars, a lot of studs on their team. So, being able to get out of that, I know I gave up one in the fifth to Arias, but being able to keep them 0 or, minimum instead of a big crooked number on the scoreboard just, further emphasized just giving the team a chance to win.
Really, since early June, Andrew, this team has had a gene of responding well.
Mm-hmm.
How much do you expect this team to respond tomorrow?
I think we know what we did wrong today, and I know we're gonna put in the work tomorrow morning before the game. Guys are gonna sit down and look at the ABs from tonight because they're probably gonna face the same relievers that they faced the last 3 innings for hitter wise, and then we have a really good plan I think tomorrow. I was talking with Lodolo and just saying, hey, go do your thing, like you got this. He doesn't need any encouragement, but he's gonna get it. So I think we're gonna be ready. We're just gonna have to flip the page and open up a new book, just turn it.